Rob Esche with the Comets is on the line right now. A lot of stuff happening with Rob, and I wanted to get a little bit of an update on this Nexus Center, because I'm not sure that everybody knows what it is right now, but it is happening. Rob, good morning.
Good morning.
So I got to tell you, I give you a great deal of credit because you just put the blinders on, you keep plowing forward, and you're getting stuff done.
Trying to, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's this day and age. I got to tell you, it's pretty impressive. So let's talk about what is the Nexus Center and what's it going to mean. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Tartan Building, which is right next door to the auditorium, that's been purchased or is in the process.
Yeah. So the Auditorium Authority signed a purchase agreement with them about a week or so ago. We've been working on it for 3 or 4 years as we were developing a plan, and we had some economic impact studies done to find, to make sure that Nexus is the right fit for there, and that it can help businesses and hotels and everything make sense, so that when we do go back to the state and try to explain our case, it all makes sense. So the purchase agreement was signed. I believe demolition starts. I think they pulled the permit already. Bowers Brothers. And then next weweek or the week after, whenever the 15th is. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's big. That's a week from Monday. Really big news, because we've seen that property there, and it just seemed like we've been talking about this for quite a while. That'd be great, boy, if you could pick up that property. Now that's happened. So the question is, what is going to go there? What is the Nexus Center? So
the Nexus Center is not to be confused with your local community centers where you have a sheet of ice or you have indoor fields and things like that. This targets a demographic of Toronto, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Philly, New York, Boston, Montreal, and Ottawa for tournament-based play in 3 different sports: hockey, lacrosse, and soccer. And what it does is it has the ability to attract people, not within just upstate New York, but in those bigger demographics because we're so centrally located. And what that'll do is, in turn, let the city start to revitalize from within, which would organically grow a lot of your restaurants, bars, hotels, things of that nature. So, the sales tax impact is huge. The job increase is huge. And there's the foot traffic and critical mass is a key component of all of it, because we would be adding around 350,000 out-of-towners each year annually just to come to this. A lot of the families now, what they're doing throughout not just the country but the globe, is they're structuring their vacation time around tournament play.
Yep.
And that's really what the target of this is. And the best part is it doesn't really compete with anybody, and nobody in upstate New York is doing it. There's definitely some models out there in the country, one of them being Marlborough, Mass., and they do about 73,000 room nights annually just on their hockey facility. And that's a one-sport model out in Marlborough, Mass. So there's a lot of research and a lot that we've put into this, and a lot of time and effort to make sure that it's a perfect fit, because it does fit our area, which is, raising a family in sports.
Yeah.
So I think that, it really dovetails well into what's been done at Bag Square East and West, what the Auditorium Authority has been doing. So it's kind of neat. I
got to tell you, when you look, completely different sport, but baseball, what has happened down in Cooperstown, so it would be heading into Oneonta, going outside Cooperstown, is they started years ago building these Dream Park type baseball fields, several fields. My son participated. What has occurred there is hotels have popped up, restaurants, it's like a whole new city that has been developed right there around summer baseball. People traveling from all over the country.
It's like the Disney
and all
World
over the
of
world.
Baseball.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is really the same type of thing. People want to get their kids into these travel type leagues, and they're willing to spend money. And I got to tell you, my daughter is in dance. I don't know what the hell we're going to do in the Poconos, but we planned. You were in Pennsylvania. I mean, other than love-shaped hot tubs, I mean, what the hell is there? So, but we're planning a vacation. Our vacation this year, we're going to the Poconos.
Oh, yeah.
Because my daughter has a dance competition there. So it's the same exact, that's exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah, it is. And, one thing it's crucial to realize about sports, I mean, it started a long time ago, the act of putting team sports together, but, we've since realized that helps in obesity. If you start team sports, your chance of obesity declines drastically if you start team sports from the age of 10 or under. It just creates a healthier person and teamwork, all those things. So, just targeting sports in general is remarkable, but the ability to revitalize and rehab a community is extremely neat as well. And then you look at the Nexus Center, so you have elements of new components and development, and it does really dovetail in perfectly to the old Bag Square East and West, the historic district that, so many people are passionate about, and they want the critical mass down there to come walk around and see it. And they really go hand in hand together. So it's it's a very neat concept. I think it's exciting that it's gotten so much support.
Yeah.
On our social media and even with our elected officials, who all of them are on board with this.
Listen, there's I'm pretty sure there's no group called No Nexus Downtown. So
not yet, anyway.
That's you could start one.
I could start it. They seem to do very well. I could get the clicks. But listen, it's something I don't think anybody can argue with. What a great thing to bring downtown, and it's bringing people from out of town here to spend money, and I don't know how you can beat that.
Yeah, and the one thing that sometimes I don't do a good enough job of explaining is it actually works in reverse of what most people would think. The Nexus Center that would have 3 feet of ice or 3 fields, for instance, during the winter months, it would be the field that would be over there, because lacrosse would have the need and soccer to be inside.
Got it.
And then obviously over the summer is when the ice would go down, so it doesn't impact Whitestown, New Hartford, Rome, and those are in Clinton and those arenas. So when they're up and operating, they all shut down for the summer months, with the exception of Whitestown. So it really doesn't affect them at all. The same thing goes for the fields. I mean, we're not looking as a training facility. We are, strictly tournament based. So, the amenities that Nexus would carry would be things for families of that type of targeted demographic.
All right, pretty cool. And listen, you're going to have a restaurant that you're opening that's going to be open year round. That opens what, in March later this year?
Yeah, we're hoping to get by the end of March. 72 Tavern and Grill is for the 72 tables that hold up the roof. But it's I don't like using the term sports bar, but there'll be a lot of TVs in there, and there'll be a bar. So I guess we'll go.
Yeah, all right. Well, there's
television.
You could
bar,
be watching
Ron.
soap operas in there, I guess. So. All right, good. Listen, you're moving and shaking. That's all good stuff, and you are accomplishing stuff. Well, the rest of us are all arguing about, where should this go, and should there be a Stewart's in Utica, and should there be a hospital downtown? You're just putting the blinders on and building. So we appreciate that.
I think.
All right, Rob. Thanks so much.